Sunday, the 25th. All right. I'm not sure whether we are live or not. Yes, it seems like we're live. So welcome back again, guys, everyone. This is the Heroes webinar, and today is Sunday, the 25th of May, 2025. My name is Comfort from the United Kingdom. So, guys, this is it's going to be an interesting chat, I believe. You know, sometimes in life, when things go wrong, we think that we've come to the end of it all. But then today we are having an interesting topic, which is going to be showing us how breakdown becomes a blessing. And I'm just going to read the topic to you exactly as it is. So, guys, if you can stay tuned, our topic says the blessing in a breakdown. And we would be looking at how setbacks sparked a breakthrough in a giant company that is going to change lives, including yours, if you don't know about it yet. So stay tuned. Watch with us, chat with us, ask questions, make comments, make your contributions, and of course, let's see where it takes us to. So this topic is so beautiful. I want to let a gentleman start the discussion. And Collins, if you don't mind, why not break the ice and let's go from there.
So greetings everyone. Welcome to the Heroes webinar. We have our lovely sisters here and brothers. Today is a beautiful Sunday, and we just want to keep Madi Digamo in our prayers, as he continued the journey of rehabilitation. And he is really doing well. He's really doing good. Seeing him with Chris today means he's really responding, and we just have to keep on praying for him and the entire Mofara's family, as well as the founding community. For those who are also sick, we just want to keep them in our prayers. So when the journey comes straight, we can all benefit from, from the time that we've been with Mr. Mufara moving forward. So great, the topic is really a wonderful topic, how setbacks, we've been talking about this for quite a while, about setbacks, breakthrough, setbacks, and it is really good for us to remind ourselves that there is never a straight way of anything. Maybe people have really got it easy, but I don't think in this particular life, this era, from the day we were born, we've seen everything straight. Even the richest people, they still struggle. There are times that they have difficult moments, though we don't know, but they have difficulties, because to be at that top of riches, you must keep, you must keep the journey. You must really keep pushing on, because if you relax, what will happen? Everything will collapse. Remember that you are not the only one in the game. There are a lot of people who also want to be like you, and they are struggling. But when we look at it, from the topic, sometimes we often see setbacks as failures. Most people say, oh, you failed. There's nothing can come out from this person. The person have failed. But to be really honest, setback is lesson learned. Like Andy always quote, Thomas Edison. People said he fails 10,000 times, but he said, I found 10,000 ways to make it work. He found 10,000 ways to make things, to come up with a light bulb. In every situation, like especially when it comes to innovation, there is never a straight path. There is never a happy path. 100% you will never get it. That's why they always have estimate. Can we do this? Remember that anything you want to do when it comes to technology, it is about from your brain, the mindset, I want to make this happen. But it is never straight. You can say, I want it in 2 days, in 1 year, in 4 years, but that thing can take 10 years, because the people who are building this solution, they are also human beings. They are building something that have never been done before. It is something new. It needs a lot of effort. Sometimes they build, they crash, they break it down, they continue again. But most often, as affiliate and founders, because we are in this journey, we've been seeing it and we think, no, everything is just straight. For example, we look at the latest technology, because most of us as users and consumers, we are always at the tail end of every technology. We use iPhone, we use Android phone, we use Google, we talk about ChatGPT, AI. People using it, they're happy. We are not in the development. When they started developing that solution, do we know how many times they build it, they scrap it down, they build it, scrap it down, build it, scrap it down, say, no, it's not good enough. Only those who are in knows how many times they build ChatGPT, they build Google, they build Facebook, iPhone, even every version, before it comes out, it goes through quality control. They can say, no, it's not good enough, scrap it. That's why sometimes said every year you receive a new phone. No, not every year. Maybe every month they have the cycle of development. And they said, no, it's not good enough, scrap it. Good. That is also, it is costly because it costs the company a lot to build and scrap. Remember, it is not only the physical object you've seen. What about the people who are building it? They are on salary. You have to pay them. It's not free. What about the hosting? You have to pay. You'll never say, oh, because I scrap it, they'll forgive you. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to continue to pay every services. So who is feeling the pinch? It is the CEO or those who are putting their hard-earned money into that particular solution or what they want to achieve. So when I look at Mr. Ashmofara, it is exactly what is happening to him. We are moving to phase 2. Yeah. Though he is not saying, we don't know of phase 1 or phase 2, we can call it any phase. Call it, we are moving to the next phase. Call it the next phase. Do you know how many times they have scrapped that next phase? Though we are not seeing. We are not working inside the company. But I can assure you that they will scrap it and build and scrap it, and we will see only the final phase. We'll see that final phase will be celebrating, but we don't know the pain these guys are going through, the engineers, the hurdle, the bottlenecks, and everything, surrounding everything. We want it now, but it takes process upon process and phases upon phases. The setbacks at that time is a good thing, like Comfort opened it. It's a very good thing. No setback, no success. For you to be able to succeed, you must have setbacks. There is no way you can get it. Only God can get it 100%. Only God is 100%. God can just switch the finger like this, everything will happen. But why are we going through this? You ask yourself. It is because we are humans. We need to struggle to achieve things. You must have setbacks before victory. And setbacks give room to opportunities, bigger opportunities, where you can turn back and say, oh, I was just wasting my time there. Thank God that this happened. No, you said, thank God that this really happened. Let's be in it and move forward. Look at iPhone. How many people can remember the first iPhone? If they give it to you now, you'll not even want to use it. How many people can remember the first analog phone? We cannot even imagine. But just imagine those people at that time have the technology now to produce Android phone. Do you think they would have produced analog? Because nobody will buy it. That would have been a big setback. To produce something that nobody will buy is also a setback. But now, thank God, to the digital age growing, you can easily identify and say, no, it will not work. The market will not appreciate this. Exactly what Ms. Ashmofara is doing. He looked at it and said, these people are not right for the business. We cannot stand and say we want to be the best of the best with the wrong people. Wrong people cannot give you the best of the best. You must have the best people to give you the best. And that is the direction he moves. And thank God that it happens so that he can sit back, analyze what happened, do a SWOT analysis and say, wow, we need to change. And that change comes also with pain. Because transformation doesn't come easily. It comes with pain. It comes with money. It comes with a lot of things. But now we are moving into that phase where we will turn back and say, thank God that there was a setback that led us to a bigger breakthrough. I'll leave it there, Mr. Comfort.
Really? Wow. That was like powerful. Thank you so much. What a great opening today. Thank you, Collins. No, I just want to digress a bit because when Colin was saying this, so many things were coming to mind. Setbacks are things that we experience every day, but why we refuse to understand why the next person is experiencing them can just be unfair, right? let me just use the example of a basic craft that all of us women do, and maybe some men crochet and do this like every day. Sometimes you see somebody putting on a jumper I've made or a pair of shorts and stuff. But I don't want to tell you how many times I started and I'm almost rounding over, discovered that I missed a few stitches. I have to undo everything, right? But then you keep going. So it's just the same thing every day. Collins, thank you so much. That was powerful. Jane, I would like you to cue in at this point, please. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Comfort, and thank you, Collins, for starting it off. Wow. I mean, when I think about this topic, anytime I see the blessing in the breakdown, I think of a chrysalis. I always think it's like the simplest way for my brain to get around the fact that a caterpillar has to completely break down, destroy itself, essentially, basically break down before it can then form this beautiful, stronger thing with greater abilities. It's going to fly off into the beautiful blue skies, right? So when I think I'm someone that believes that our souls know our purpose better than we do as humans. Our souls have a bigger, wider view, right? They know what's in our best interest, right? So I think of relationships, I think of health, I think of business, anything in our lives. When we reach a limit of, say, going in the wrong direction in each of those areas, and there are a million examples of that. If our health goes downhill, if our relationships go sour, if our business starts to crumble, any of those things, if we start to go too far in the wrong direction, our souls will pull us back and plop us back onto the right track. And it's painful and it's uncomfortable, but it's a realization. And we know that Ash Mufara went through this. We all went through this when we had all of that happen in the past year or so. And so, if we have this type of breakdown, if we look at it as, we're in a benevolent universe, everything that happens to me is a blessing, then when things start to fall apart, we can say, okay, I'm flat out. I've spent it all. I have, I don't even know what to do next. That's where you can have that space open up, that calmness and that clarity, if you allow it to come in, where new wisdom, new learning, new self-respect, self-knowledge, all these things can come in after everything has fallen apart. And then you sit and again, we've gone through this personally in our own lives, and we know that Ash has gone through that. He's a very calm person, but there were moments when all of this was happening that he probably wanted to pull his hair out and scream and all of these emotions. It was like personal betrayals on top of business betrayals, right? So he allowed himself to take the higher road, to let that calmness and clarity come in and inform his next decisions. And when you allow that, it's like a healing time. Like Marty's going through this incredibly important healing time right now, where he is reassessing his entire life. He's saying everything that I was doing before, it wasn't working. I need to maybe look at what I'm eating, how I'm moving, how I spend my time on a computer, all of it. And we all need to do this, right? So if he's allowing himself that time, Ash is allowing himself that time, we hopefully are each allowing ourselves that time personally. And that is where we can then build a stronger foundation from which to build better, more beautiful things. And so I think it's just, no matter what happens, if we look at it as a blessing, it sort of clears away the emotion that holds us back. It clears away our anger, our frustrations, all those things that just don't serve us at all. And it allows us to take a breath and say, okay, everything just hit the fan. It's a big mess right now, but every mess can be cleaned up. Every bit of debris can be swept up, everything, but it comes from a place of calm. So I see it all as this immense blessing. And if we didn't take this time, and I mean literal time, to allow Ash to do what he needs to do, for us to get our ducks in a row and our bodies healthy and our minds in the right place to handle a total transformation of our lives in every possible way, because we've been given this blessing of time, we are going to be able to build something much, much stronger. So I hope that was on topic, Comfort. Thank you so much.
Definitely, Jean, it was. I really appreciate. I think it's looking really good so far, and I like it when you talk about self-respect, self-knowledge, and why not self-esteem. You know, when we go through all of these breakdown stuff and then have to bounce back again. And this reminds us of what Ash told us a couple of weeks ago in the seminar, in the webinar. I can now tell my friends, you know, he has the confidence now to share this whole mission with his close friends because he now sees that really this is it. This is that thing I have been looking for. So like you rightly say, Jean, let's give him time and it's all going to be good news. Thank you so much. So Marie Pendi says, welcome. Let's hear from you.
Hi, good afternoon. I am happy to be here with everyone. This topic is very, very interesting. You can slice it and dice it using so many different analogies. For example, I start with blessed God who controls the universe. He made us imperfect on purpose. Your strength is somebody else's weakness, and somebody else's weakness is your strength. And that's why we need each other. When you were born, you and I were born, we just didn't get up and start running and start walking and start going to work. You had to take baby steps. You crawled. And when you tried to walk, you fell and you learned to get up. You hit something around you. As you get up, you try to avoid that section of your area so you don't go hit it again. And if you do hit your head many times, you learn how to manipulate so you don't go hitting your head. And you start walking, you get stronger, your legs get stronger, you start learning, you are curious, you go around the house and touch things. Maybe you're going to touch something that will burn your arm, and then you learn that lesson that you can't go around there touching that because you will get burned. So those are baby steps that we continue to live our daily lives, and we guide others to do that so we can grow maturely. It is not easy, say if we have a diamond on top of the mountain and we are right there on earth and everybody has to climb that mountain. As you climb, you reach a certain level, you see pits and you see lakes, you see snakes and you see wild animals. You have to figure out how to navigate that route, maybe deviate from the route that was told to you from when you left the surface, deviate and figure out how to cross that bridge to the next level. And you think you're almost there. And then you find some challenge that you have to figure out how to get around that challenge. Maybe heavy rain or maybe too much of a heat. And you have to figure out how to avoid that and go to a cool place while you navigate your way all the way to get that diamond up the mountain. You finally get there and you're about to reach to touch the diamond, and the diamond fell down all the way. How are you going to grab your diamond? You're right on top. You've gone through all these problems, and now you're trying to catch that diamond. You find yourself seeing that the diamond was really not what you were going to earn. You start flying and you find yourself flying very freely. You see that there was a better goal than reaching for that diamond. Now you're free. Everything is so easy. So initially, you had to go through all those steps to learn how to navigate difficulties in order to get to where it wasn't even your destination. Your destination was to fly freely and have everything Perfect. So that goes in every little thing that we do in life. We have our NIH here, which is a research center, or other places in different parts of the world. They had to go through researches to figure out what the cure of a disease is. They will spend a lot of money to try this experiment to see which one works, which one doesn't. They will have human to try certain things until we came out with, solutions like they eradicated polio, they eradicated smallpox, they eradicated leprosy. We don't have those because in order to get to that goal, they had to go through various waste and difficulties and stuff. So I can still apply this analogy to what Mr. Ash Mufare is going through. Maybe for now, ONPASSIVE was really not what it is, that it is going through the steps of ONPASSIVE. It opened up a door for something else. All along, we all thought, oh, we are going to have all these products here, different here, this, that, and the third, just to get to all these hurdles, all this money wasting, all the Burj Khalifa lighting, all the signs and advertisements, to find out that, yeah, you had to go through all these steps in order to have that door open to the space where we are. So it brings us to our topic, the blessings in the breakdown, how a setback, I mean, it's it's in situ. ONPASSIVE is in situ right now. It sparks the breakthrough. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Wow, this is serious. Thank you. Thank you. I was just imagining, and so much is going through my mind as you were speaking, because sometimes I feel that when people begin a project or they begin some projects like what Mr. Mufara is doing now, at the very beginning, he thinks that I've got the knowledge, I know what I want, I know how to get there. But then when you listen to all what you all have said, it occurred to me like the real learning, the real knowledge and wisdom comes while doing it, comes on the job, because you have to go through all of those. And finally you end there totally a different and transformed person, because you have learned, you have more experience, and things get even much better than you had dreamed of. I think we are in the right place. Thank you so much. Andy, welcome.
Hi, COMMENT. Hi, guys. I'm going to come at it from a slightly different angle, because I'm a believer in things happening for a reason. There are no coincidences in life. Thoughts become things. So because of that, because of the fact that everything happens for a reason, let's go back and look at the problems that have occurred. Now, if it had carried on with those problems still in place, then the whole thing would have failed. Kaput, done, dusted. Because this came out, because they were found out, and the truth always comes out, by the way, but the fact is that because they've been found out, because it was stopped at the right time, to get rid of this negative energy, to get rid of these idiots that have tried to scupper this wonderful humanitarian opportunity, shall we say, it stopped everything just at the right time. It got rid of these idiots, and now we can move forward. Now, what a lot of people don't seem to comprehend here is Ash has a team of people working for him. these are all experts and the top of their fields. And we all know what's gone on. We've seen what's happened. We've seen the negative press. We've seen the Google, the search engines and what everybody else seems to think's going on. Why is it that an expert in his field would go and work with Ashmi Farah? Just think about that for a second. Why do you think? We all know, because at the end of the day, what we know is that we have a leader here who has a vision, who's bringing something to the table that is better than the other options that we've seen in the past, where there are shareholders who want their pound of flesh. This is a system that is designed and built to help others. And as Ash has said before, he's not that interested or bothered about taking money from it. The fact is that he wants to be able to help others. So when you've got something with all of us behind it, the thought process is this has to be right. And when you've had this little setback, and I'm going to call it a little setback because at the end of the day, it stopped it in its tracks. It got rid of the idiots, and now we can move forward with the experts who want to work with this man. That tells me absolutely everything I need to know. So I hope that's a different way of looking at it, Comfort. Thanks very much.
Sure, which is brilliant, Andy. Thank you. Thanks so much. And I'm happy with this. Everything stopped at the right time. That's what you said, Andy. And I think you are saying the same thing in other words that Ash said a couple of weeks ago. He calls the most challenging season of this journey, which was June 2024, his best. That was his best season of the journey. Why? Not because things were at its best. You know what we were expecting. He was also expecting what we were expecting. And tada, that happened. And he calls it his best season because he learned a lot of stuff. He acquired new knowledge. He learned how to wait. He learned how to. And that is why we are celebrating a new phase, which is about to happen to us anytime when he is ready. So it's all good news. Thank you. Uncle Bob.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you, Sister Comfort. Good afternoon, everyone. It's your brother Bob from Bel Air, Maryland. Our topic says the blessing in the breakdown, how setbacks sparked a breakthrough. I agree with the statement. Yes, indeed. We are truly a blessing, and setback is what led us to this breakthrough. That is true. I want to look at it from the journey, why we make this statement. Because when I read it, I'm asking myself, why are we making this statement? So let's examine the journey up until when we are making this authoritative statement, because we are implying that there's a breakthrough that's coming. So I looked at it from our founder, Mr. Ash. It starts with him. When he had where he sat alone, he was alone in maybe his home in Orlando or his office in Orlando, and he had his mission and his vision, his mission to, as we well know, is to leave the world a better place than he made it, to uplift humanity. That is the man's. That is his intention. That is his intention, which is true in the eyes of the higher power. And he makes this mission a reality through his vision of creating this system that is a global system that everyone, no matter where you are around the world, you'll be able to come into this system, do what the system asks you to do, and the system will meet her promise to you. So because our founder, Mr. Ash, is very, very focused on his intention, so many things happen. So many things happen. Let us remember that our founder, Mr. Ash, there's no template of what he's doing. He's the trailblazer. Yeah. So he's going through this process, learning, making mistakes, adjusting, and going through the process. When Ash really began this journey, he did not know. He knew that he had this mission and this vision and this intention. He had, let us remember, he had no employees, no technical staff. There was nobody. He didn't know where were they coming from? But he knew he was going to meet up this mission. But like Pablo Coelho says, when you really want something and you focus on that thing, you really want something, the universe conspires and help you to achieve it. And this is what is happening to this man. Because at the time, at the verge of him going forward with his mission, there's an opening in a small company that is folding in Kolkata, in India. He acquires this company with a few staff that had the right skill set that he needed. What does he do next? He's expanding. He moves to Bangalore. He moves to Bangalore. I think he rents 2 floors in a district where the high-tech company, maybe I think Facebook or Apple or Microsoft, are there next to them, 2 floors with about 200 employees that time, you know. And then he moves to the high-tech city, Hyderabad, and we know of Dubai and all that. So this is what our founder is going through to get us to where we are. And then come September 1st, 2023, we launched. He did launch. Contrary to what most people think, we went to the market, we all activated, we paid. Some people, actually, I know some people, couple of people who got paid, who received money. And then the system choked after that. So there had been problems. You know, they have been working on the background, trying to fix the problems. He has told us that he had multiple, he wanted about 20 different processors in line. The system choked, it never came back up. And then finally on June 20, sometime last year in June, the system gave way. Now he realizes that what is the problem? Because when there are issues, you have to find out what is the problem. But at the back of his mind, he had already noticed something smelling fishy. You know, so while figuring out that, hey, my problem is the people that I trusted. My problem is the people that I have working for me who are not aligned with my vision. But prior to that, he had already set his plan B in motion. He had his plan B in motion with another team working on our phase 2, the phase that we're about to get into, he says, you know. So once the system crashes, comes to a complete halt last year in June, he had to activate his plan B. That's why we say Ash Mufara is focused, he's steady, and he's prepared. He was prepared. And he has a steady hand. He's not good. He's not somebody who you come and stand before us with everything that is happening. It's a show of confidence, give us all courage while he's working and doing what he's doing at the background. So he has now the right team that aligns with him in his vision and his mission. And he tells us that this team makes his head spin, you know. So now, having gone through all these setbacks, can we imagine the amount of money? I think, was it Jean or somebody who said the amount of millions of dollars that have been spent? Or I think Sister Marie, you know, the advertisements, the Burj Khalifa, the office in Egypt, office in Bangladesh, office in Singapore. Just imagine amount of resources. Mr. Ashmufara told us at one point he had more than 2,000 employees that we have had. And at one point, there were 800 employees in Hyderabad on his payroll. So imagine all that loss. This man comes and he puts a grinding stop. He said, I'm going to cut my losses and move on. It's a huge setback, guys. But he doesn't fret it. It's okay. I'm focused on my goal. This is where I'm heading. My mission is intact. My vision is the system. I have people who are going to push me forward. And he's telling us that our technology is unlimited now. That's what this is now. Us is saying that we are going to bring technology that is unlimited. We are going to build the systems cheaper so that we can pass on our costs to our prices, cheaper prices to our consumers, to our users. So you are bringing products that are superior and than they were before. Everything that was seen before, the O Connect and everything that was seen before, they were good. But now the breakthrough is that we are having superior, 300% or 300 times better products that are coming from a better team. That's what our founder is telling us. But for me, the potential breakthrough is what he tells us himself last week or two weeks ago, when he asked that question in his mind to all of us. What if you are the first? What if you are the first to have a system, a system that uses logical marketing? Logical marketing, which is the biggest commodity now. He says no business can function without customers. It's the lifeblood of customers. What if you use AI to attract people? What if you use AI, the science behind AI, to attract customers, to attract consumers, to put it all together in one system? He says that is the direction that we are heading to. That we are about to do something revolutionary. Those are the words of our founder. So to me, that's what I think makes this statement, qualified this statement for us to say this authoritatively. That the blessing in the breakdown and how the setback sparked a breakthrough. It's true. Back to you, Sister Comfort.
Wow. Thank you so much. This is so rich, and I feel so blessed being part of this. And whoever is watching or is going to watch this later, I hope they watch right to the end and listen to everybody. Because sometimes a few people get distracted, they go here and there, go back after shiny stuff because they don't sit down to listen to information like this. I think we are just doing the right thing here. We are on the right place. Let's just keep moving, guys. It's looking good. Thank you so much. So, Sister Gifty has disappeared, so I'll hear from my brother Vincent. Welcome, bro.
Oh, thank you, Sister Comfort. You are nicely dressed today. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you
you.
very much for that. Yeah, nice one. Okay. Yeah, so I want to change the environment a little bit. Sorry for, yeah, but you are nice dressed. I need to say it. Yeah, don't worry about that. And thank you, all the speakers. Thank you for coming, and happy Sunday to everyone today. So today is great day. We can see that even the way our sister dressed today, it showed that today is very good day. And then for information, in Ivory Coast today is Happy Mother Days. So Happy Mother Days again, because in a different part of world, a different day to celebrate mothers. So today in a different country, we are celebrating Mother Day. So again, all the mothers in this platform, Happy Mother Days. So thank you again to be here. So today the topic is the blessing in a breakdown, and then also how setbacks spark a breakthrough. So to start in, when we're talking a breakdown, and then the first word starting is the blessing. So for me, the blessing is to take a step, let's say, toward our spiritual life. So when we're talking about blessing, it's always go to a spiritual life, and then something that it comes from God Almighty that we know. So when we're talking about blessing, we can do thing, and then thing also can come from blessing from God, because everything you can wake up today and say, I want to do this. And then for this thing to be alive, for this thing to go through, I know that even some people, not everyone that is not everyone that believe in God, but at the end of the day, all blessing coming from God is a spiritual life that we all know, because without God approvement or God say, okay, this, it will not happen. You can have everything that you have to do, but sometimes there are so many things that we need also God approval to go through. So let's say if today what happened today, we should say that just before a breakthrough in your life, things will also happen, sometime break down. So before you get the breakthrough, some also will go break down. Like our sister Mary Pendi was saying, when we born, not immediately that we just start and then we're working. No, it's step. So, and then that's the thing also go happen. And then sometime before you realize a project, even after some time, even university or study, to get a job or maybe something comfortable that you're looking for, you need to, something can break down first. And then when everything break down, scatter, sometimes you think, oh, it's finished. I'm not going to get what I'm looking for. And then finally, one day thing works. And then sir, you say, okay, this is the breakthrough. So you'll be happy, you're exciting. But before, you went through difficult situation. Thing was very difficult, and then finally everything works very well, and then you are breakthrough. So this is exactly what is happening here, and then this is what our CEO is doing. I know that he's facing difficult situation, difficult time, but the breakthrough will come, and then we'll get to that breakthrough, because the breakthrough is on the way and then it's coming. And then that breakthrough, you need also the approval from God. And then I believe that God will do it, because what he's doing, his intention for the breakthrough is also for humanitarian that is doing, because God also will look in this way and then we'll get there. So because when you do good thing, God also approve that. So when you go and say, okay, I want to help people, this is a war, because even the Bible, God say, if we help those we need, like orphan, widows, old people, God bless you. If someone like me, I'm here and someone come and give me money, you will not get more blessing like if someone in the street or someone who hasn't got food to eat, a beggar or those kind, God give you more blessing. And then this is what our CEO is doing. So I know God will bless him. God will bless what he's doing, because the final thing he's doing, he want to bless those in need. So that's where the breakthrough will come. So we should not worry. I know before we get that, we need to go through difficult situation. It's similar way, and the same thing that Mr. Ash is going through difficult time, and then the time will come. So what I learned from him, he said he will never give up. So for this thing, I learned from him, he said, we'll never give up, never give up. And then we'll do whatever will happen. What will happen, he will continue to do it. So he will never give up. So this is one first lesson that we'll learn from him. And then he said, we should also keep focus in what is coming ahead, and also forget what is thing that behind us. So also there's something also I will learn from him as well. So we have to focus on what is coming ahead, and then forgetting the past. So this is also another lesson that I learned from him also. So everything, and then we should also think that every day is a brand new day. It's not the same. Every day, like yesterday, we were sitting in the same table with the priest, and then we were talking about football matches. Oh, Manchester United is behind, it's not a good team to support. And then I told Father, it's not every day is Sunday. And then he said, oh, you make a good point, because every day is not Sunday. Today is Sunday, but tomorrow is not Sunday. So this is what we should have to understand, that what is coming is that's will make our door open, and then will be the breakthrough for what Mr. Ash is preparing. So we should not always give up. Think also that everything the same way we think our own life, because sometimes this is something that it can happen, and then is something happen also. Because I can give example of even some situation my own life. So sometimes when I go for interview, I get there maybe half an hour or maybe 15 minutes early, and then sit and waiting in the room before they call me for interview, and then that I don't get the job. But suddenly one day I went late. I was looking for the location. I get there. They said, oh, they moved from this place. And those years there were no sat nav. You need to ask or Google the address and then print it down and use it to drive and go. So I get lost. The man says, security is okay. Go to this point. When you see the as they go and left and right, you find. I get there. When I was driving through the place, I said, oh, even the time I go early, I don't get the job. Now that I'm going late, how come I'll get that job? So I was driving, but I wasn't sure that I would get the job. Then I get there, so I'm looking. Then say, okay, if we get to the securities, say you want to see the brown lady, the beautiful woman here in IT, this woman. And then I went there, I said exactly. And then the guy said, first I said, I want to look. I said the woman name. He said, no, I don't know her. And then I said, oh, the man said I should say the brown woman. I said, okay, this. I said it. He said, okay. Oh, I know her, Liliana. Okay, come. And then they called her. I went inside. I finished the interview. I was driving home. I didn't even get home. And then I had a telephone call. I stopped. I spoke to you. They said, no, you have the job. So tell me when you will start. So this is a blessing and this is a breakthrough because I even imagined that when I go early, I don't get it. But that day that I was late, even maybe 1 hour late, but I didn't even get home. She called me on my way home and said, you get the job, tell me when you want to start. This is a blessing. And then they're coming through from God. Because imagine, you see, so even though I'm late, I'm not supposed even to be there with that time, but so we should also think on some similar situation that it can happen to our life. It can happen to this company that we are in. We can even all think that, oh, it's not going to happen. And then by the grace of God, everything can happen. One morning we can wake up and then we're all going to jubilate and then dance. So this are going through. We are happy. God have done it. That's what. So me, I believe in God and I believe I know God will do it. And then I believe that thing will happen to us. Okay, so Sister Comfort, thank you very much. I'll leave it there.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Vincent. So, guys, I'm just finding everything interesting because sometimes we just need to listen. The beauty about this platform is that everybody comes from their own perspective, but then the puzzle fits beautifully well, and we cannot do it otherwise. I'm just enjoying everything. And I want to acknowledge the presence of a new brother in the house, our dear brother Hector Dakenord from Canada. Thank you for joining us. And today's topic, I'm not sure if you were aware, we were all in agreement that there are blessings in breakdowns. And so we are looking at how setbacks have sparked a breakthrough in Mr. Mufara's journey. So if it's all right, maybe you want to listen to one or two more people before you join in. Let's hear from our brother Oliver, and then we go from there. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Wonderful topic. Wonderful people in the house. Powerhouse, power ladies. You know, I adore you people. Without you, women, we wouldn't have been in this world. And when you look at the topic, blessing in the breakthrough, we are really blessed. When you look at this company, like I tell my brother Bob every day, I claim it already. If you don't know you're a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. I've claimed it. That's already the blessing and it's a breakthrough. You know, and there's a story also that success story doesn't come without setbacks. If you don't have setbacks, then that journey, that success is not a good one. Somebody talk about a little child, you crawl. When they crawl, they have bruises. You know, the mom will cry, why are you doing this? You will kill me. He or she must go through that process. Mommy will say, no, this child will kill me. You're only doing things that you will kill me. Look at what you are doing. You've bruised yourself. Yes, that is the process. After that, you take one step, second step, first step, bam. And if they ask that child tomorrow, like Mr. Ashbufara told us one time, each and every one of us will write our own story about the journey. Baby steps, gratitude. Baby steps, gratitude. That's it. And those setbacks, they must spark a breakthrough. God has been through Mr. Ash Mufara and us, we the believers, through this journey. God has three things to tell us. I heard that my daughter's graduation on Tuesday. I was there with Uncle Bob. The president of that school made a statement. He said God has three statements to us. Yes, no. When you ask something to God, God will say yes, no, or I have something better for you. This is the something better for us. This is the breakthrough. You must believe, you must be patient, you must focus. This is who Mr. Ash is. He is that person. He is focused. He is patient. He doesn't listen. He kills all negative thinking around him. There was a time he went silent because he needed that moment. He needed that moment. People that he trusted, they betrayed him. He gave powers to people, they betrayed him. He made that statement. One of us made it here, that 2024 was his best year. That is the year that the breakthrough. He got that breakthrough. So God was setting him through all this. And guess what? There's no 2.0 on passive. We are moving to a next phase that is going to be better, bigger. We are that child that will crawl, will fall, and will bruises and do all whatnot. Mommy will come and cry. Daddy, daddy, always, just let him or her alone. But the mommy don't cry. But we will cry. But today, look at us. That's why I respect all the moms in the house, because without them, we won't have been here today. So this is the baby. We are already in labor room. We are already crying. Now we need to write that story, that breakthrough story. We got it already. We are there already. We are winners. We are winners. I don't care what time Mr. Ash will come and say we are going. We are winners. We are there already. Phase 2, the next company, bigger and better. And he keeps saying, if I bring a video conference to you guys that is 300 times better, if we do have an AI revolutionary marketing or AI, if, when he say if, you know what that means. We are fine. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
It's like you read my mind, because I was just going to say we are fine. So thank you so much, Brother Oliver. So let's welcome our brother Hector. Hector, are you ready to speak now?
Sure, I'm ready to speak. Can you hear me?
Sure. Yes, we can hear you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Good. Well, it's I've never been on a Heroes, but I thought I'll try and get on today and see if I can speak with you folks. But you know, the journey has been, it hasn't been an easy journey for Ash. You know, I mean, if you look at everything, I just look at everything with gratitude, because if I would never have heard about this, I wouldn't even be here. So I am privileged. But all these setbacks that Ash went through, he did it with grace. He did it with integrity. He never really said anything to us. And that's a sign of someone who's very strong. And he's got the big man upstairs looking after him. You know that. Because if he was just a regular, not just regular human, but you know, if he didn't have that belief system, he would have caved. He would have just caved in. He would have walked away. But he's got such a huge heart, and that is the one thing that ever since I very first heard him speak, I was sold then. That was 4.5 years ago. Some of you have been here a lot longer than that. but I never wavered. My patience is my patience. I have 5 daughters. I've learned patience. Like, honestly, I've learned patience. And now I got 7 grandkids, and that's patience because now I got to do it all over again. So when Marty has his grandkids, I'm like, oh, brother, you got a job, and so do I. But it was really nice to see Marty this morning. Sorry, off the topic, but you know, he is an integral part of every facet of this company. He might not be Ash Mufara, but he's got a heart as big as his body, and that's a big heart. So I just wanted to say hi to all the panelists here. Bob DeCoucy, I've listened to you, Andy Burks, Comfort, Collins, Oliver, Gifty, Marcianne, yeah, Marcianne for sure. And it's inspiring to listen because we fine. We have nothing to worry about. And that's why I never really could understand why anybody would say anything negative because or embellish somebody else's words and try and twist it because I just don't get it. Like we have it. You just be happy that we're here. You know, and that's all I have to say really. Andy, how you doing, brother? I like Andy. He's I listen to him and Gene a lot, but
Right.
that's all I have to say. Just stay the course and be ready, because it's one thing to stay the course, but there's quite another thing to be ready. You better be ready
Right.
because when this thing goes, there's not going to be nobody's going to be. If you're slow, well, it'll take you a little longer. But if you're ready and you're really ready to embrace it and share it, the spoken word out of your mouth is more powerful than anything there is on the planet. And you know what? I know that because when you speak to somebody, I'll be speaking. I was speaking to everybody over the past 4.5 years. But then, you just be patient and you watch and you listen. And now we are at the next stage. Like this new phase is going to be mind blowing because he said it's bigger, better. I mean, if it's bigger and better than what we had, that's scary because we had the best. And now we're going to have the best, best, best. I just don't know. I don't sleep much, and I don't get on very many webinars. I do get Marty and Chris every morning, but sometimes I have to watch the recording. Sometimes I have to watch you guys' recording. And today, this is just a blessing. I can't believe I'm here. This is awesome. Thank you for your hospitality. I'll just listen now.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming, Hector. And we're blessed to have you here today. And I think I agree with you, and everybody else should, that this is a privilege, right? Because we don't deserve it in any way. So it's just a privilege that we are part of this. We're part of the whole journey. We're going to, even it's history in the making, and our names are surely written down somewhere. And there's just every reason for us to be grateful for what we have in our hands, because how many people are there in the world? Why only us? So we really appreciate that. Thank you for adding your voice so powerfully. And sure, we'll definitely want to see you come again. Let's hear from our sister, Marcianne, the beautiful lady in the house.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Hello, everyone. Before I start, I'm going to say Happy African Day. Today is Africa Day, and it's also International Women's Day in the country I came from. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in Cameroon, particularly the Bayamsan and Mama, because those are the ones that they have suffered a lot. So today we appreciate those moms in the villages where they have nobody to say Happy Mother Day to them. We are here for them. So, and talking about the breakthrough, I think we all have eye, but it's not every eye that can see, because we have all had this breakthrough, but a lot of us did not see it. And I believe that the breakthrough going to this, let me talk about the sons of this company. Our brother has had that breakthrough that brings a lot of joy in his heart, because during the time that he have a setback, he realized that there was a talent, there was something that he discovered. And I think that's the direction that God wanted him to go. And most of the time when we have that sit back, if we don't open our eye, if we don't take that meditation to ask, why is it that I'm down? What make me lose my job? The job that I love so much that I give too much of this job. A lot of people love me here. Yes, but that was not what God wanted you to do. Even though you were giving all your passion, you were coming out from the day. You don't rest because you want to improve the job place. That was not what God wanted you to do. That's why one morning somebody come and told you, it's end, it's finished. So you have to go back now. And during the time you sit down at home, what do? You start trying anything. And along the way, you realize that you know how to paint or to talk or to dance like I do. And the dancing becomes your passion. It becomes something that you blow out of it. Even more better than the job that you used to go and you sit down with 3-4 people only. Now you have your breakthrough. You are out there. You become you because that was what you were born to do. In the beginning, our brother come up with something that was going to help humanity, that was going to give everything that we know. All of us, we fell in because we feel his vision and we get his mission. We say, this is it. This is where I am. I'm not going anywhere. A lot of us, like I said, have the eye to see, but they did not get it. They didn't see it. They have eyes, just like we have, but they didn't see it. Where are those people now? They left because that was not exactly what God wanted us to do. When he went break down, he was down. He run around. I know he cried because he cannot tell me he didn't cry because he did not fulfill what he wanted to give to people like me that I was waiting for it so much. But during that time, he started thinking, ideas start coming, and now he have a breakthrough because this is exactly why he break down, to take us in this land, the promised land that God wanted him to get us. He have to go through that breakdown to get there. So guys, I am happy because he got that, and we just have to learn how to have our eye, open it, read it, and I'm glad that all of us that we are here and the people that are listening to us, their eye are going to be not only in their faces, but seeing what Ash is bringing out, and they are just going to wait because moment by now, anytime soon, I don't know when, I don't care about the time because I know it's happening. We are going to go all through, not a breakdown, but a breakthrough, and we are going to be the new you, the new me, the new world, and everything is going to be beautiful. Thank you so much, Sister Comfort.
Powerful indeed, as usual. Of course, anybody who understands what this whole movement is should agree with our sister that it's a divine mission and it has to be fulfilled. That's it. Thank you. Sister Gifted, please.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Hello, everybody. Yeah, the blessing in the breakdown. Something that has been knocking in my head all the time. It says, winners never quit and quitters never win. If you want to achieve something in life, you don't have to quit. Because the moment you quit, it means your dream has not been fulfilled. It has been cut off. If we look at our journey in ONPASSIVE, our leader, our CEO, the one with the big heart, always encourages himself and then encourages us. Even though the journey is very tough, he never comes out and cry. No. Even though he's pushed against the wall, this man is always pushing forward. He didn't even mention quitting. Before all this happened, he had a backup plan, Plan B. That is where we are going today. He didn't say, oh, because of this and that, I'm quitting. But the moment he saw what is going on, he started his next move. And look at us here today. It did not break him and it did not break us. Our faith never wavered and our faith never faded. His faith in the company never faded. That is why we are here today. He did not quit, so we are not going to quit. We are going to our promised land because God's hands is in ONPASSIVE. He has carried us through the years, the months, the weeks, the days until today. We are strong together, and Mr. Ash is strong because he knows what he's doing and he knows whom he has depended on. He has depended on God. And God will never leave us or forsake us. That is why we are here. We are not breaking down, even though we break, but we are still moving forward because we are blessed. This company is a blessed company. And as we join faith together day in, day out, we are pushing our leader forward because when he sees the joy in us, it helps him also to encourage him also to do more for us. Because he said, I don't want anything. I'm doing this for humanity. Even though we have small patches that are bad apples, but this man never gave up. Through thick and thin, he's still pushing forward. We are going to new phase. That is how far God has brought us. We have to always appreciate him and rally behind him. I always say that we have to rally, whether good or bad, we have to rally behind him. And we are going to where we are supposed to be. Thank you very much, Sister Comfort. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Gifty. Yeah, so when you were talking, I was just wondering, I was just like, I think this mission, Ash was just born to do it. That's why he even says it with his own mouth. I was born to change your life. It's not just the simple words as you hear him say it. It's just the voice, the spirit in him that is leading him to do this. So we are fine. So yeah, there's nothing much again to say. So I think we've done a good job today. It was very interesting, very powerful. And sorry, Jean, do you have one quick thing, one very short thing? I think there people said a lot of interesting things. Maybe I just give everybody an opportunity to say one quick thing, anything at all, and that would be it. Sorry, Jean, unfortunately.
No, that's okay. I mean, just that everything is a blessing. So if something hits the fan in your life, take a moment and look because it is a blessing. It always is. It always is. That's all. That's all, Comfort. Thank you.
It did. Amen. So just follow us. I see you on the screen. Sister Marie Fendi, please.
Remember, everyone, we are blessed, just like Jean said. We do not have the right, we have the privilege. And privilege comes with responsibility. Now let's go and spread that responsibilities in the way we speak and the way we talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Sister Marcienne.
Yeah, I just want to say that we all have a breakdown and we all have a breakthrough. But the result is, what do you do with your breakthrough? So think about it, focus on it, and I think you're going to be fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Vincent.
Oh, thank you, Sister Comfort. I will say again, we do not give up and then keep focus of what is coming in front of our toward us and forget what is behind us. That means the past. And then let's concentrate in what is coming. And finally, we should also remind that every day is a brand new day. So every day, tomorrow could be a brand new day that Mr. Ash can make it for us. So we should also hope that something can happen anytime and anytime coming. So let's believe in the blessing to the hand of God, and then God will do the rest. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sister Gifty.
Yeah, we are blessed to be part of this company. Let us continue to hold on to our faith because it is a blessed company. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Oliver.
Yeah, I would say we should focus on the information, like I said yesterday in OTEC Pro. We should focus on information. Now is the moment that information is very crucial, and we should always be alert. Ash has done absolutely everything. God has blessed him, and we are also going to be blessed, and we are going to enjoy from the breakthrough. So, Sister, what's her name? Dr. Ivy Mix. She said something yesterday that Ash has done everything. We are like in the golf court. That after they push the ball is at that urge for you to just. That's good, Jane. That now is for us to just push it inside that hole. That is where we are. So please, we are blessed. We are just waiting now to push that ball inside the hole. Thank you.
Wow, I think Ivy touched on Andy's thing yesterday. Thank you, Uncle Bob.
I wish Andy was there yesterday. Andy would have been pleased with that analogy. It was one of the most effective way of speaking, actually. And if you have a moment, go watch Dr. Ivy Mix yesterday. So I will agree with Vincent. When Vincent spoke, he said, one morning we are going to wake up and things will change.
Right.
Brother Vincent, I'm with you 100%. Yesterday at the OTEC post, we also advised that please focus on Ash. Focus on the back office. There are two things now, two security threats now: voice cloning and deepfake. So you are going to see videos of Ash Mufare speaking in a setting as if it is his, maybe in his office, in his house, saying things that might not be true. So anytime, even when Ash Mufara comes out, go to the back office and check, make sure that if it's a link or video, go to the back office and watch it from there. There are people that are distracting us now. There are people that are throwing fake information, fake stuff out there. There's deep fake and there's voice. So they clone your voice, take your image. They can take Ash Mufara's image, put him in a setting like this, and you think that it's something and talking gibberish. So please, whenever our father, Mr. Ash, will come out on his video or anything, before you draw any conclusion, start asking questions. Go to the back office. If the link is there, you click it. Or if there's any information, that is where our source of information is from. But again, I think we are fine. Like my brother Oliver will say, let's just stay focused. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. A word to a voice is enough. Thank you. Hector?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Message is real simple. It would be focus, keep your focus. You know, you've been here for a certain amount of time, keep your focus. Ash isn't losing focus. We should not lose our focus. Stay grateful and stay appreciative of the fact that you are here, because you are on the cusp of something that's going to change humanity. That is the most important thing that I can say. And I love all of you.
Oh, thank you so much, bro.
That's the other important thing.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. Andy, Mr. Burks.
Ooh, okay. For me, be careful who you listen to. I know Bob said it with the AI. I'm thinking on a slightly different train here, because I do that. I think totally differently than anyone else. Most people just call me weird. But if you're going to follow someone, make sure that they are who they are, and that's exactly what we all think of Mr. Ash. As Hector said, I only had to listen to the man once to know that this guy's a leader. I would follow him instead of listening to the others that have never done anything before. So, as everyone has said here, keep your focus. And I've said it like it should be said instead of the way Bob does. Have a great Sunday, everyone.
Thank you, Andy. And finally, Collins.
Thank you, Mr. Comfort. It was a great webinar. Yeah, so everyone have just given advice, which is really great. You know, when we look at what we've just discussed here, to many, it was like the end of it. But truly, it was a redirection to something bigger. God redirect us to say, you know what, though others are seeing like, wow, it is already finished, it's dead end, we cannot spin up again. Like Comfort, you made a statement, which was correct. Ash made it. He said, last year was the best year. That was the truth. I reflect on that myself. I said, why is Ash calling this a great year? It was because recovering of the source code, database, and everything. And also to weed out those who infiltrate us in bad faith. It was really good. That was a perfect year. But to those people, they did know that they've killed us. It is the end of it. It will never happen. But God redirect us to something bigger and better. Something that the world will appreciate. Maybe the world wouldn't have appreciated us from the first go, but now the world will appreciate it because he saw himself believe in what he is doing. And he said, this is the time I can invite my own friends to come and take a look. That's a big statement. So if he is ready to invite his friend. Gifty said he will never give up, which is true. Winners doesn't quit. So now is the time we also need to redirect ourselves, our mindset, to focus on what Ash is bringing. Because if we don't appreciate it, others will appreciate it for us. Those who have not been here will appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Comfort. What?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So for those who are watching live now, we hope that you're dropping some comments. And if you watched all the way to here, then congratulations, you would have been well fed with quality information. Let's keep on keeping on because we are doing just the right thing. We know sometimes we get a bit impatient because we don't sit down to get to know exactly what's going on. But then we want to remember that even the Bible says, weeping may tarry for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. That's just what's happening now. We are going to celebrate. That's a fact. Nobody changes it. Some beautiful lady just appeared on the screen, but we say hi and bye. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Thank you, my brother Hector. I would like to see you again.